The Heal, Grow, Lead podcast was created for you working moms to share the journey of healing for ourselves and our families. To heal and grow not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, financially, and spiritually, as we find peace from above and within. We're in a place to lead others. As we invest in the physical, mental, financial, and spiritual healing of our own families, we heal ourselves and our families. We're in a position to grow. As we grow in knowledge and influence, we'll lead others in integrity and create our legacy. As we lead others, we fulfill a deep human need to serve humanity and contribute in a positive way, leaving a legacy of impact first within our own homes, then our communities, and then throughout the world. We are a unique type of woman who stands strong in faith, courage, and integrity. We are on a mission to change the world, and we leave our legacy to all those who cross our path for good. Welcome to the Heal, Grow, Lead podcast with Melody Watts. Hello, and welcome to the Heal, Grow, Lead podcast. I'm your host, Melody Watts. I am so excited to talk to you guys about family staycation ideas. Usually every year, growing up when I was a kid, we always camped. We were poor growing up and we couldn't afford lavish vacations, never went to Disneyland or any of those kind of places. Just good old growing up camping and going and hanging out in nature is what we did growing up. And when I when I started making six figures, 5-6 years back, I want to take my kids to Disneyland. And so that was really the first big vacation that I took my kids to, was Disneyland. And I was a single mom when I did it. I don't recommend being a single mom and taking your kids to Disneyland, but I was very ambitious that I wanted my kids to experience it while they were young, because I didn't go till I was 17. And I know, first world problems, right? And so I took my kids as a single mom to Disneyland. And so then after that, when I got remarried the next year, we all went as a family. And then the next year we went to Las Vegas and stayed at a resort. And then I can't remember what we did the year after that. We did a couple things, went to San Diego and hung out on the beach. Really fun stuff. And then last year, I got a little bit sick of traveling. And we went up to the mountains and rented a cabin and spent a week on a lake. It was beautiful. Well, this year we decided that we wanted to plan a staycation. We're not in the mood for a bunch of travel right now. And so if you are in the same boat as us and you want to do a staycation, now some of these options might not work for all of you depending on where you live, but these were really fun and these are some of the things we did. And I think it's some of the best quality time that we've ever spent with our family. So we have 5 staycation ideas. I have 5 staycation ideas for you. One is, if you live by a river, float the river. Really fun to float the river. It's 3 hours secluded with your kids on a river, and you get to just sit there and soak in the sun and float. It was such a blast. Next thing is number 2, find a zip line in your town or some sort of a fun place to go. Like my brother owns aquariums, and so going to an aquarium in your town might be a really fun thing. This is more of an interactive aquarium, Sequest aquariums, where you get to go pet the sloths and feed the fish and swim with the sharks. Something you could potentially do, but find a place where you can go and there's maybe an obstacle course or something active you can do with your kids. Maybe rock climbing, zip line, interactive aquarium. Some of these are some of the funnest memories I have with my kids. The third thing is go downtown and ride those scooters that you rent. One of the most fun that I've ever had is taking my kids downtown and riding the scooters. We found a little lake and watched the ducks, and then we hopped on some scooters and rode all around downtown with our scooters. And it's one of my best memories ever. Kids love those scooters. They go like 16 miles an hour. And then we ate at a really fun restaurant. The next staycation, number 4, is go on a guided horse trail ride. Some of you, if you don't live by horses, maybe it's an hour away. But generally you can find horses pretty much anywhere, and horse trail rides are always so fun. My daughter's become pretty obsessed with horses lately, and so she actually goes and hangs out with horses every day at my cousin's house, almost every day, and takes care of them and rides them, and it's just really fun for her instead of being, bored at home. So going on a horse trail ride with your family can be a really fun staycation idea. Number 5 is go on a hike or go to a hot springs. Really, really affordable, fun staycation idea. You can even rent an Airbnb for one night, an hour or two away. and spend the night there. So that's also a really great fun staycation idea, is just being able to get out of the house for a day and go do something in nature with your family close by. And then we decided, after we did a handful of these things, that this is something we want to do every other weekend in the summer. We want to do something super fun that we can do right in our own town and make it memorable and make it fun for all the kids. So those are my top 5 staycation ideas. In Idaho, where we live, we have tons of options. And so we don't know why we've gone on lavish vacations for the last 5 years in a row. Certainly there's a time and a place for that when it's right and when you can afford it. But for us, some of my best memories and less stressful vacations are just right here in my own hometown. So just remember, it's who you're with, not what you're doing, that makes the memories. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Thanks for listening. I'm Melody Watts.